She's on the
money.
She's on the money.
So this first one comes from Rose, who is actually a money diarist.
Oh, we love.
Yes. She was, I'm not sure if this, maybe I won't say that. So Rose, I think has maybe recently got into comedy. Sorry.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, yes. Absolutely. Rose Bishop.
Rose Bishop, exactly.
Yes.
And I could have gotten that wrong. She might have been in comedy for a while, but
she has been, yes.
Sorry, I'm so sorry about that, Rose.
You're not sorry. You just need to go to more comedy shows.
I know. I always want to go every single year. I'm like, I want to go to the comedy festival. It gets to the time because it is genuinely, after Christmas, my favorite time of the year. But of course, there is not a single chance I can afford more than one ticket ever. And so luckily, Rose invited us to one of her shows, which is very, very lovely. But she also mentioned that there is a website that a lot of basically free. You can sign up for a free membership at Promotix, and basically you pay $2.95 per transaction to book tickets on shows there. You can book multiple tickets at once if you're going to the show as a couple or as a group. Often a show will only put a few tickets up, so it's first in best dressed. But you'd be surprised how fancy the shows are on there sometimes if you keep an eye out. So promotix.com.au was the website.
I love that. So
sign up. And I feel like this is great to know because I did not know this existed. And so every single year I'm like, I'm so excited. Wait a second, I can't afford anything. So I am very happy that this exists.
Well, the other tip I would say to add to that is follow comedians on social media, because even though the comedy festival is coming up, it is usually a little bit more expensive, because we spoke to a comedian on Money Diaries and she was talking about how, to put on a show, it costs X and you have to sell tickets for a minimum of Y. And during the comedy festival, there's limited venues and whatnot. But there are shows going on year round. And if you follow them on social media, comedians are going to post, I'm at this pub or I'm at this place, and the tickets are usually way cheaper. So you can see your favourite comedians year round. And I promise you they're going to really appreciate the support that they're getting outside of just the most popular week of the year.
That is so true, actually. And that's something I do want to mention. I don't want to, say that the tickets are not worth it, because so much work goes into this. I have a comedian friend who says that it's not just like leading up to the show you kind of prepare. It's like all year round, all you're doing constantly is preparing for the show, looking for content, thinking of content. I'm like, God, that would be so exhausting. So
imagine having to think of content every week. Oh my goodness.
Imagine.
I would hate that. What else have you got?
We don't do that, right?
I would never.
This next one comes from actually a friend who invited me and my partner Jess to Geelong on the weekend, and she took us to this place called Feed Me, and I think there's two of these places in Geelong or like in that area. And basically, have you guys heard of lentils as anything?
Yes.
So
what happened to lentil as anything?
I don't think we have that anymore.
No, I don't think we do.
But for
That's
context,
really sad.
It is really sad. For context, for anyone who's, because I didn't know about it until I moved to Melbourne, but it's you kind of like pay what you feel. The workers are volunteers and things like that, so they can
pay what you can afford.
Pay what you can afford. And so we went to this place called Feed Me, and they're only open once a week, I believe, on a Friday. And they have all their food donated, and you can go in, I believe, on weekends it is open, but only like the market. So the market is like fruit and vegetables. You can go in, literally fill a bag. You can walk out, and if you can't afford it, you don't have to pay. If you can afford, you just pay what you feel or what you've taken, whatever. It's like, it's very, for people who are just like struggling and
That's
really
beautiful.
Need
Can you imagine how
kind?
kind? I don't know the people that run that, but can you just imagine how kind those people are?
I know, seriously.
Oh my goodness.
And so on Fridays when they're open for dinner, that is also a pay as you feel or pay what you can afford situation,
so cool.
Which is just so cool. And they have like a menu. The food's really good. There are volunteers that work there. The food's donated. I think they pay the chef so that the food quality is good.
That's a good idea. That's an investment.
Absolutely.
Imagine being like, volunteer chef, where did he get his experience? And then they go, she just came in.
Yeah.
She said she was a chef and we believed her.
Yeah. But no, I think that's really great if you're like in that area anyway, and you are just struggling for buy fruit and vegetables can be so expensive.
Smart.
Yeah.
So I love that one. And then the next one is obviously from myself.
Love.
And I know I mentioned this place a couple weeks ago, and this is not like I by no means I have no affiliation, but
In fact, if they
just
want to sponsor you, they can.
If
Because
you
at
want
this point,
to.
you're doing it for free.
exactly. But so I mentioned a gym called Base Attack a few weeks ago. Maybe it was a couple weeks ago, and I just learned that they also have a similar system for people who can't actually afford to train. Like some people can't afford gym
That's
memberships.
so cool.
but
I've never heard of that.
I know. Well, it's. I should mention it's not like all week round, but on Fridays at 5 p.m. their class is a pay as you feel or pay what you can afford, which is incredible because I feel like a lot of these gym classes are like $35 for one session or like $7,000 per week. So if you can't afford it, you can't, you just want to get your session in Friday at 5 p.m. I'm not sure if they've started it yet, but that's the plan
That's
moving
the plan.
forward.
How cool.
Which I thought was just so gorgeous. So Base Attack in Brunswick, if you live around there.
And there might be other ones around that are similar, or
Yeah.
hopefully other gyms are inspired by that.
Totally.
You would hope so because we need it.
I love that.